We'll start from what we left yesterday. Good morning to all of you. That means God be with you in the morning. Right? So this was basically the topics which we had basically summarized into yoga techniques for life management, and we told you yoga was actually, the word yoga in Sanskrit means to add. So adding techniques for life management. Simple. That's the word yoga, what yoga means, adding techniques for life management. So we'll just go through very fast what we did yesterday. First, management in simple terms means add resources for the purpose of attaining success. That is what management actually in simple terms means. Life management means to add resources to attain success in life. And life management means adding resources, like we went back. Management in simple terms means add resources for purpose of attaining success. And life management means to add resources to attain success in life. Now, the word yoga comes from the root word yuj. Yuj means to add or to link or to join. That is the simple meaning of the word yoga. Next, person who practices yoga is called a yogi, and I told you yesterday all of you are yogis, because till you don't add something, you can never basically solve any problem or reach any success in life. Very simple, you feel hungry, you have to add food. You are sick, you have to add the advice of the doctor, not medicine. Don't say medicine, because if you jump the gun, you don't take the advice of the doctor, what will happen to you? That medicine may be acting in a very reverse way, it may be like poison to you. So we add so everything we have to add. Like we don't take poison, we say I'm not taking poison, I'm actually subtracting poison, but no. Previous to that you are adding knowledge to know that this is poison. So everywhere you have to add, then only you can basically remove any problems or reach your goal. Next, without yoga addiction we cannot attain success. Next, what does success mean? Very simple, to attain the goal. And what is the goal of life? Yesterday we discussed on this, I'll not repeat, I'm just doing a recap. Goal is always one throughout life. It is not two. And what is that goal? Because goal cannot be two. Simple, in a football match, every time you score a goal, you put the ball between the two poles. And those poles don't change after every goal you score. The same way, goal is to be happy. You want something in life, why? Because you want to be happy. Very simple. So the goal remains the same. When you're a child, you want to play because you feel happy. When you go into the teens, you go into college, you go into school, you want good marks so that you can get happy. In the same way, you want a good job because you want to be happy. You want to have a good salary because you want to be happy. You want something in life, just the goal is every time the one. It may be you may be a child, a teenager, a youngster, or middle-aged or old age. In all levels of your life, you're only asking for only one thing, so the goal is one. So, very simple, attain goal means equals to success, and success means happy. That if you are happy, you are successful. If you are not happy, you are not successful. So success is actually calculated in the term of happiness. Till you are not happy, how can you be called successful? You may have tons of money, or you may have supreme power, but if you are not happy, you are actually a wretched man, a wretched person. You are not happy. So having all that also is useless. Now first step to success is desire for success. That means I want to be happy. Know what will make me successful in or happy in life. So now we have to know what will make me happy. What is the cause of success or happiness? Yesterday again we talked upon this. Right knowledge gives us happiness or success or tension-free life. But ignorance results in suffering, tensions and failures. Right or wrong? Right? So very simple. Happiness can be positive or negative. I explained to you yesterday that reduction of suffering is negative happiness. I gave an example that when one of your desires is fulfilled, you feel happy, but there are 99 unfulfilled desires. That means actually you are 99 points unhappy and 1 point happy. So that means actually you are negatively happy. You are not positively happy. Happiness or suffering experienced, positive happiness has no connection with suffering. It is basically totally, at that particular point of time, you are satisfied. You are satisfied. That means there is nothing. It is not due to lack of suffering that you are feeling happy. Like for example, it's very hot somewhere. For example, it's 42 degrees somewhere. Then you come into 38 degrees temperature. You feel good, but is 38 degrees good? No, it's better than 42, but it's not good. Good will be 21, 22. That's why the air conditioners are mostly kept within 21 and 24. So that's the temperature where you feel the most comfortable. But from 44 or 50, you come down to 42, you'll feel great. But that's not great actually. That's only reduction of You are suffering. So that is how we basically perceive happiness in this world. But there is a positive happiness also where it is not connected with suffering. It is not relative. It is every time 22 degrees centigrade. So you are every time comfortable. Next, happiness or suffering is experienced on 5 levels. I told you, I only talked about 2 levels because the other 3 levels it is more detailed. So I talked upon the body level you feel happy and on mind level you feel happy. When you feel happy on mind level, it is better than feeling happy on body level. And when you suffer on body level, the suffering on mind level is worse than suffering on body level. Tensions are more dangerous than getting a fracture also, for your information. If you get a heart attack also, tension is worse than getting a heart attack because tension is the cause of heart attack. So body and mind, as we go down and down and down, the happiness also increases, and if suffering also increases in the same proportion. Now as one goes from level 1 to level 5, the happiness or unhappiness experience increases. Level 1 is 1 to 5. The moment you come onto the soul level, your happiness is on the extreme highest level. But if you do not know about the soul, you are the person who is suffering the most. That is why both in the Vedas and in the Bible, the same thing has been stated. What is the use of a person who is drowning? You save his clothes, but the person drowns. What that actually means, if the soul drowns and you save the body, what have you saved? Because actually body cannot be saved. It is going to finish. So that is basically, that's why on the soul level it is considered that if you come onto the soul level, your experience of happiness is the highest. There is nothing to beat it. And when you don't come onto the soul level, your suffering is also the highest. So we come to the next level. Happiness, suffering experienced on 5 levels. Positive happiness is, no connections. We go down. In the last 200 years, has knowledge increased or decreased? I had asked you this question. And then actually we said that the knowledge had increased in the form of technology. But in reality what had happened? That knowledge has increased to give negative happiness. That means it was giving bodily comfort, but mentally what was happening? Tensions were increasing. That means actually the happiness of the body was getting totally finished by the tensions of the mind. Not only finished, but it was creating more problems. Like I gave you an example that but positive happiness has almost vanished as mental tensions have increased multifold, resulting in psychosomatic problems. For your information, 90% of the diseases today in the world are due to psychosomatic problems. That is due to the problems in the mind. Next, it is beginning to be clear today that today's knowledge has given us facilities and comfort, but given us life full of tensions. Highest selling medicine in the United States are antidepressants. Oh, that's bad. And the doctor, maximum practice of the doctor there is the one who is a psychiatrist. Not previously 30 years back it used to be a dentist. That was good. Not bad. They used to eat too much chocolate. So they had dental problems. But now it is mental problems. So that is worst. So that means how can you call that country a developed country where you have 90% of the people who are actually what? And that means going to the psychiatrist. In India we say pagal ke doctor ke paas jata hai. He goes to the psychiatrist, what we call him? Pagal ka doctor. So what? Most of the people there are pagal. So how can you call the society developed? I don't understand how they say though. And in India I joke also sometimes. When they are sending their children to America, they'll come on the airport, they'll give him a garland. And they go, you're great. You're sending a person to the mental asylum and you give him a garland. So which obviously means this knowledge has not been able to deliver happiness. What does this mean? This brings us to two alternatives regarding present day knowledge. First, this knowledge is not knowledge. There is something very important missing in this knowledge. 2 parts. I told you that to agree to this first proposal that this knowledge is not knowledge is actually wrong, because this is knowledge. We'll have to agree. Yesterday I gave you the example of the mic. I'm talking to you. It becomes easy for me to talk to you. Then you got the camera, you got the internet, you got people listening all over the world. So it becomes easy. So that's good. Got a comfortable chair. So it is knowledge. But that means the second alternative is right. There is something very important missing in this knowledge. That this is knowledge, but there is some other important aspect of this knowledge which is missing. Let us try to find and add that very important knowledge. Yoga. Yoga means to add. Let us try to find and add that very important knowledge. Now what is that knowledge? That's what we have to find out. Now we're going to recap. Knowledge gives happiness and ignorance gives suffering. This should be very clear. Knowledge is the cause, because knowledge gives you what? Power of discrimination. What is wisdom? Wisdom is power of discrimination, right? It gives you wisdom. In Sanskrit we call it Vivek. Vivek, Gyan. Knowledge turns into wisdom. You become wise. Why? What does wise mean? Wise means to discriminate between right and wrong. So, knowledge gives happiness, ignorance gives suffering. Next, someone writes a check for you. Now, let us understand this by this. Someone writes a check for you. Okay? You sit down and he's writing a check for you. How does he start? Like this. See. 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and your heart is thumping. My God, this check for me. Yes, then he does this. And then what does he do? And then what does he do? He does this. And what happens to you? No value. What should we add before these zeros to give you value? Otherwise it will be like this. Right? Totally opposite. Then, so what should we do? Let's go. Check with so many zeros has no value. But with a 9, it gets value. Right? If you add a 9, what will happen? First, don't add 1, please. I don't have time, otherwise I ask the audience. Someone say 1. I said, come on. Don't add 1. Add how much? 9. And the moment you add 9. Now try to understand this. 0 is also a number and 9 is also a number. That means the knowledge which is there today has to be completed by with knowledge. Because the zeros will have to be completed by a number. A number can only be completed by a number. In the same way, the knowledge which is incomplete can only be completed by what? By knowledge. Now what is that knowledge? The knowledge is so important that if you don't add that knowledge to these zeros, what will happen? It's got no value. And today it is a fact. It is giving you comfort, but it is giving you mental tensions. And that is actually worse than giving you physical comforts. You would better be at peace with yourself than to have comforts, right or wrong? Yes, you come to a stage at one point of time they say that take away everything but give me some mental peace. And they don't realize that mental peace has to be earned. As you have earned the other knowledge and other things in life, so you have to earn that knowledge also. So how do you go about it? Now what is this 9? And that is what, let us now inquire, what is this 9 or missing link or knowledge? What is it? Right, it's very important. Otherwise the check of life is useless. What is this check? This is a check of life. It's all 0. It's got nothing. 4 answers. You'll give me 4 answers, see. And you'll know the missing link or happiness or success. So I'm going to put up the questions. First we'll make a statement. Again repeating that. Knowledge gives success, happiness, and ignorance gives suffering, unhappiness, failures. Right? Now first question. If a person, please listen to this. A person, read this. A person who gives most of his or her time for less important things in life, is he or she in knowledge or ignorance? Okay. Now a person in ignorance will be happy or unhappy? Clear? Okay. Now first question, which is more important, living body or dead body? Which is more important? I'm not saying only important. Which is more important, living body or dead body? Simple question. Living body, absolutely right. Why think so much? Do you think the graveyard is more important than the hospital? No. So the basic fact is this, that living body is more important than the dead body. Simple. Next question. What is common in both, living body and dead body? What is common in both? Body, living body and dead body. That's why I marked it also, both red, both blue. So you can understand very fast. So you don't waste my time and your time. Okay? So living body and dead body. Common is body. So body is common. Now what? What makes living body more important than dead body? Very simple. Give me a simple answer. You have been giving me simple answers, they are very good. Don't give me complex answers where I don't understand. Think me to be a very simple person. What does a living body have which a dead body does not have? What's that? No? No, simple, simple. Living, how do you, living come from the word? Live, life. So what has a living body got? It's got life and the dead body has got no life. Simple. You can't understand soul. You start saying soul, soul. If I ask you what soul? Sole of my shoe? So no. That's very simple. Keep it very simple. Living body has got life. Consciousness or life. Right? Now I ask you a simple question. How much time are you giving to understand this life, and how much time are you giving to me to understand the body in your life? Which is more important? Life? Because dead body, you said living body is more important than dead body. Why is living body more important than dead body? Because living body has got life. That means life is more important than the body. Simple. Now how much time are you giving to understand life, and how much time are you giving to understand the body? Actually, 99.9999% time is being given to understand the body and for fulfilling the needs of the body. You are not giving not 0.0001% also to understand what life is. Am I right or wrong? All these ads, all the knowledge which you get in the universities, they are all connected with the body. Where is it connected with the life? It's not connected with life. You don't have time for that. You don't have schools for that. You don't have teachers for that. And which is the most important aspect. One of our colleague devotees, he is the first person to do PhD in quantum mechanics and consciousness. Quantum mechanics is the highest in the level of science today. Quantum mechanics and consciousness. Today, first university in the world, BITS Pilani, if you have heard about it, Birla Institute for Technology and Science, Pilani, that's in Rajasthan, that's one of the topmost engineering institutes in India. They are equal to IIT. If you have heard of IITs in India, they are the topmost engineering institutes in India, and if you are IIT pass out, you get an American visa in half a second. You just have to blur out in front of the visa officer, I am IIT, go. Because I told you yesterday they want to purchase all the top intelligence of the world. And that's why when I was in New York, one of the NRI persons, he's basically now the mayor of New Jersey, that's a place next to New York. He's an Indian. He said that if Indians put down their stethoscope, American medical facility would fail. That means most of the medical facilities are controlled by Indians. NASA is 45% Indian scientists. The moment they put their pen down, NASA is closed. Same thing is with the IT industry. So those people, for your knowledge, in America also, IIT also, BITS Pilani is actually doing a post-graduation course in consciousness in collaboration with Bhaktivedanta Institute. That's an institute which is actually working separately. It is made by Prabhupada only, and it works, only preaches to the top scientists and the Nobel Prize winners in the world. They don't preach to normal people. They don't come between us. They say that no, we don't want to waste our time, because it's actually the whole nonsense has been percolated from the top. Where I give in lectures in corporates on stress management, I tell them, stress management, please don't call managers. He says, why? When I don't call the CEO. No, why? When I call the owner, the chairman, because he is the person who's in tension and he percolates the tension down to the PN. It doesn't go from down, it comes from up. So if he is not there, my giving a lecture to these people is useless, because they're going to work at cross purposes then. So we have to understand about life, consciousness, and we don't have time for it. So we are in ignorance or in knowledge? We are in ignorance. So will we be happy or unhappy? That's not what I am saying, that's what you're saying. You got it? So that's why this knowledge of life is very important, and that's why you can't solve your problems. That's why problems keep cropping up. That's what I've written here. How much time are we devoting in understanding life or consciousness? Actually, this is the missing link or knowledge which we have to add. We have to add in our lives. And for adding this, when you took up knowledge in the college, did you have to leave anything? No. The moment you you become serious in college, you automatically leave certain things. Like you don't get drunk and go to give an exam. Do you do that? No. What will happen? That's the formula for failure. 100%. So in the same way, we have to add this knowledge. You don't have to subtract anything in life. You have to add. If you add good habits, what happens to bad habits? Gone. Can you remove bad habits without adding good habits? No. How do bad habits come in? When you add bad habits, good habits go. When you add good habits, bad habits go. It's very simple. You have to add, then it go. You can't say I leave bad habits and have no good habits. Sorry, there is no neutral situation. They are not neutral people in the world. They are basically good or bad. So better be good. Now what is this knowledge? Knowledge of life is known as spirituality or yoga. Adding. Like the second topic of the day was spirituality in today's life. Now do you understand how important it is? Study of matter is physics, chemistry, biology, right? It's study of matter. So in the same way they are known by different terms. And in one joint term they are known as science, right? In the same way the study of life is known as also an S. What is it? Spirituality. Now life in a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist or an atheist is the same or different? Same. It's the same. That's what I told you yesterday. That spirituality is a matter of fact, not a matter of faith. By some faith you don't change the way you live. Your life is the same. Or someone breathes from the ear. No. Ears are used to hear. But I request you when I am speaking, please listen. Hear means not attentive. Listen means to be. When you add to hearing, you add attentiveness, then that becomes listening. Now you go ahead. Yoga today is thought to be some physical or breathing exercise. That's what mostly people think. Because I was talking on this in Intel Corporation, I was about a month back in US. So they were talking to me on this. So they were saying, so I said, sorry, these are not only some exercises or breathing exercise, actually yoga means to add, and add what? Spiritual knowledge in your life. Now why to add? Who to add? With whom to add? How to add? This is actually what spirituality means. Why to add? Now we have understood that. Because material knowledge, by adding material knowledge, only material knowledge is big zeros. Big zeros in your life. They don't give you value to your life. They're not giving that mental peace which you want. Remember one thing very clearly, happiness has got 3 steps. The third step is happiness. But before you go, if you don't go through 2 steps, you will never reach the third step. And what are the 2 steps? First is called satisfaction. What is it called? When you are satisfied, you are peaceful. When you are peaceful, you are happy. You can't directly become happy. Forget it. That means you can't become directly successful. First you'll have to be satisfied, then you'll be peaceful, then you will be happy, then you will be successful. Now I'm coming down to that. Practical application of yogic knowledge into day-to-day life today. Right. Now steps to success. I gave you this just now. What first? 3 steps to success. First is satisfaction. What happens when your desire is fulfilled? What does it give? Satisfaction. What does satisfaction give you? Peace. And what does peace give you? Happiness. And what is that? You are successful. So remember, there are 3 steps. Steps to success are how many? 3. Satisfaction, peace, happiness, and you are successful. Please note this. It's very important for you to understand. Next, today's greatest malady, greatest problem of today, due to which you are not basically able to solve your day-to-day problems or short-term problems, mid-term problems, life problems, is because you are not basically fully productive. You are not using your productivity to the maximum. So the greatest malady today is, I am picking up that one problem because that problem is universal. Because if you may have different type of problems, but one problem which is universal is, so when I am talking to a group of people, then I have to take a universal problem. I can't take individual problems. But I will tell you one thing, the formula which I am going to give you for tension is applicable for everything. Tension. What does tension do? Lowers productivity, is very, very destructive, disrupts all areas of life. Most destructive. Stress is not bad. What do you mean? Yes, stress is not bad. I'll just explain to you. Let's go ahead. Stress is effort related. and tension is result related. I explain to you. Now as I'm going to go up and down, this is in your control. What is in your control? Effort is in your control, right? Try to understand now, please be with me. Effort is in your control. So but the thing which is in your control will never give you tension. It may give you stress, and stress is good in life. Tension is bad in life. Because stress can be under control because effort is in your control. I'll explain to you. It's very important to understand this particular thing. Because anything which is under your control, does it give you any problem? What is under your control? Effort. But stress, effort can give you stress. How? I have to do this, I'm not going to be able to do it. That stress is there. That will increase what? Your effort. That will increase your effort. And what is tension? Let's go there. What is tension? Tension is actually fear of the abstract. What is that? What is abstract? Abstract means which is not in the present, it is in the future. Which is in the imagination. Imagination is in the present or in the future? And future is dark or lighted? Dark, because you do not know what is in the future. And darkness creates what? Courage or fear? Fear. And tension is the other name of fear. Now what happens? You're sitting down, you're satisfied, you're cool. Then also what happens? The mind starts saying, hey, come on, why are you sitting down so coolly? You should not be happy. You should be unhappy. Think of the future. Oh, if I do this, if this happens, if it does not happen, what will happen? Right? Present will never give you tension. But when you think of the future, it will give you tension. So stop thinking of the future. I said, what do you mean? Because my goal lies in the future. Yes. Simple example I'll give you. I have to go out of this door, right? Now, when I am walking, should I be seeing the door or seeing where I am walking? If I see the door, what is going to happen? I'm going to break my few of my teeth because I'm going to fall down, trip here and fall down. May bang into some chair, right? So what should I do? After I've thought of I've seen that this is my goal, I have to go out, finished. And I've seen marked out, yes, this is this, and I start now looking, because I may mark out that there is a chair there, but there's a raise here, I may trip and fall. Now this is one aspect to it. Now the other aspect. Any act has three aspects. First, the goal. Without the goal, would you go ahead? No. Now you have never thought of this second aspect actually. You have only thought of the third aspect. Actually, fruit means what? Fruit means what you enjoy. By getting that, you become happy. Right? I have divided action into three parts. The goal, the fruit and the effort. Now what we have to do? Now fruit lies in the middle. A smart person, who's a smart person? Goal means where you have to reach or what you have to achieve. Fruit means that which gives you a feeling of satisfaction or success or happiness. Because happiness is basic, first step is satisfaction. Right? Again I'll repeat this. Goal means where you have to reach or what you have to achieve. Right? Number two, fruit means that which gives you a feeling of satisfaction. That means a feeling of happiness or success. The moment you are satisfied, you are successful or not? You are successful. The moment you are satisfied, you are happy. That means you are successful. Both ways you see it. Now you come down to this. That is what the yogic knowledge which I am talking about tells us to be effort oriented, not result oriented or goal oriented. What does this mean? This is very important. Let's go back again. Goal, fruit and effort, right? Now what most of us do, 99.9% people connect the fruit with the goal. That I'll only be satisfied, that means I'll only be happy, I'll only feel successful if I attain the goal. Now the knowledge which I'm trying to give you is this. The spiritual knowledge tells us, please leave the goal aside, connect the fruit with your effort. Because goal is in the future, it is not in your hand. It may come or it may not come. It happens with scientists. I was talking to there was a person in US, he was basically into designing. He had almost 25 patents with him. He was an Indian. And he says that we go into research, how do you apply this in research? When I can research, how many times are you successful? Only 1% time. 99% time we are failures. What happens when you fail? Well, it's a very wretched moment. When I'm telling you, giving you a formula by which if you fail also, then also you'll be happy. Oh my God, that will be great. So these three things, when you remove the fruit, don't attach it with the goal. Attach it with the effort. Now what will happen? See. What happens then? Here, what we are doing? Looking towards the goal. Then when I reach there, then I'll be happy. But now you have to change this. Bring it down here. You have decided where you have to go. Now you put your head down. And do what? Intention, what happens? No control, there is fear, there is tension because there is no control over the future. Is it right? You have no control over the future. You have got control over the present. So no control will create fear, and fear is the other name of tension. Next, anything in the future creates fear, and fear causes tension. No control cannot control what? The future. Simple. So anything to do with the future will create fear. Tension is thinking of the abstract or connected with the future. Tension is never about the present. Remember one thing. You'll never be in tension about the present. You'll always be in tension about the future. Like in India, in states also they say that when a person goes out, we keep thinking that will he come back properly or not, because the traffic on the road is so bad that you do not know the person comes back alive or not. I don't know how many accidents you have here, fatal accidents, but in India and America, there are a lot of fatal accidents. In America, you meet with an accident, you're gone. Ram Nam, finished. You're gone. So they're apprehensive. And that is in the future or in the present? That is in the future. Tomorrow this may happen. Tomorrow that may happen. So what should we do? Goal is in the future, but without a goal there will be no effort. You will say, how should we stop thinking of the goal? No, you have to have a goal. Without a goal you can't act. Can you act without a goal? And the goal is in the future. Now what should we do? All of us want to be successful, that is to be happy. That is also right. So what should we do? Happiness is linked with the fruit, fulfillment of desire, right? Now, when we get the fruit, we are satisfied and we are happy and successful. So what should we do? Yogic knowledge says consider effort to be the fruit. Now, how do you work out this? Very important. Now, instead of connecting the fruit with the goal, that when I attain that, so that's why many times I tell people, please don't set up milestones for being successful or for being happy. In life we do that. If I become this, then I will be happy. But every time you don't reach there. You don't reach there. Sometimes you may reach higher than that, and sometimes you may reach lower than that, and sometimes you may reach that also. But that means from here to here, what will happen? You are not happy. You will only be happy when you reach here. That means you are not satisfied. As you are not satisfied, what will happen? Your productivity will be good or bad? If you are not happy, a person whose productivity is the best, who is every time happy, his productivity will be the best. But what is happening? You are not satisfied with your effort. This whole part, what is happening, you are becoming unhappy because with which you are unproductive. Your productivity goes down. So what should we do? What is effort oriented mean? To consider your effort to be the fruit. Very simple. Do you decide this 1 hour I'm going to do this. And as you keep writing A, you write a first A. Satisfied and happy. Oh my God. That means you'll be able to write the B better. But if you're thinking I have to go up till Z, what happens if the phone rings? Your B will go bad, your C will go bad, your D will go bad, your E will go bad, everything will not be perfect. So what you should be doing? You should be happy and satisfied with the present that is in your hand. Please don't place your success in the future, because in the future there are so many people in the middle which may basically, that's why what we do in life is this, that we give our success in the hands of others. Because goal does not depend only on yourself, it also depends on others, but your personal effort depends on yourself. What do? If he helps me, now I'm telling you management principles. Mostly you must have heard of this word proactive and reactive. Have you heard about these two words? That you should be proactive, that circumstances should not do what with you? Should not lead you, should not depress you. Circumstances should be, you should be working separate than the circumstances. When can you do that? Proactive, how will you become proactive? When you know that I am responsible for what I do, so I am doing what I want, circumstances may come and go. That's the work of circumstances, they'll come and go. But you and your effort are connected to one another. So please, for every moment of your life when you do something, it's like I'm going to the door. I take one step, I'm happy. Oh, one step I've taken, I'm happy. Now I'm not going to be happy when I reach there, because God forbid earthquake comes and that doesn't reach there. And I go up till here and I die. The people who are thinking of they'll be happy there, they're never happy. But I'm every time happy. That means who's successful, I am or you? Simple. And after reaching the goal, they realize, oh my God, I didn't think it would be like this. I've seen people do that. After they attain their goal, they say, I didn't think it's going to be like this. It was better then. So what happens then? What happens then? But if you are enjoying every moment of your effort, enjoy. See our word they used, enjoy. You'll be happy every moment of your effort which you are doing. Now what happens if you reach there and find it is not as what you wanted? Then okay, 99 you have enjoyed, 100 is bad, okay, no problem, 101. 99 good, 1 bad. How many percentage? 99%. But if 100 only will be, all 100 marks will be given when you reach 100, what happens, Prabhu? When you reach that place 100 and that becomes out to be 0, your whole 1 to 100 becomes 0. And today all of us are actually not are result oriented, not effort oriented. And that's the biggest mistake. Sometimes people come to me and say, in marketing and sales we have to be result oriented, we have been given goals. And I said, what happens when you are given goal? Can you fulfill the goal just by thinking about it? Then no. So then, actually when you keep thinking of the goal, like a child, you tell the child you have to get 99% marks. So what happens to the child? 99% marks. His intention. Tell him, Baba, remove this 99. You have to study hard. You've given your full effort for your studies. Don't worry about the marks. Keep the marks aside. And I'll tell you one thing. In India, when I read, because these people who come first class first, they top the university, they top college level or school level, they top. Whenever they have been interviewed, I found all of them saying that we never aspired to come first. We used to study normally, we used to play normally. We never used to give 8 hours for studies. We were normals, normal kids. That means they were working absolutely free of tension. They were not thinking, and the people who were thinking of 99% were actually failing. Because they could not give in their full. Their productivity has come down. And that's what is happening in India. I do not know if it's happening here. There the parents are pushing their children to go into suicide. Because when they're thinking of those marks, they can't put in their full effort, they'll fail. And they fail. And they fail. And when they fail, they hang themselves. They fail. And who put them into that situation? Parents. You have to attain that. No. You put in your full effort. That's all. Same thing in your life also, in your career also. Yes, you can make a goal. But don't please get attached to the goal. Because goal may come or not come. You're thinking of becoming a general manager of a company, and the end of after the 18th year you will become general manager. You're on the 17th year, and the 18th year the company goes bust. What happens to you? 17 years gone down the drain. But if you're effort oriented, what happens? So no problems. I've enjoyed my 17 years. I've been effort oriented. Your productivity will be good, everything will be good. And that's what is happening presently. Most of us consider the goal to be the fruit. Meaning that when we get to our goal, then only will I be satisfied and happy and successful. Which means I will only be successful if and when goal is achieved. There are only two conditions in life. Either one is satisfied, successful, or one is in tension or unsuccessful. Now you have to decide what you want. By following the yogic knowledge, we can be always successful and happy. Is it not possible? Why does problems arise? Tell me one thing, simple. Your desire is not fulfilled, right? And it's not, you never blame yourself for your desire not being fulfilled. The problem is not with you. You basically put the problem on the other person, right? That means the other person is deciding upon your happiness or unhappiness. Why are you doing this? I give you a simple thing. I make this statement to everyone. I've used this statement since I was a child. That what right does he have to make me unhappy? Who are you to make me unhappy? I will decide I'll be happy or unhappy. Who are you to make me unhappy? Right or wrong? And what do we do? We place our happiness and unhappiness in the hands of others. Simple principles. These are simple spiritual principles. Very simple. This is the basics of spirituality. Basics of spirituality. That first, immediately turn your fruit, connect your fruit with your effort. That means enjoy your effort every moment. You have to put a goal, that's all. And now keep doing your work. Your productivity will be maximum because you will be satisfied every moment of your life. Same thing with problems. You desire things. Please remember one thing, it's not the topic of today. Maybe sometime next time, if I have time. This is called the theory of karma. What is it called? Theory of karma. People, I tell corporates, till you don't believe in this, that's why there is, in the Western theology, in Western philosophy, there's a big problem. The problem is what? I'll tell you, there are big conferences held on a simple statement, why does good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good people? But by a law of karma, you can answer this in a jiffy. There are some factors which are working which is not in your control now. You have done it. Now they're out of your control. You will have to get the result. But that result you can minimize by your present efforts. Because that is something which you did in your past. For example, God forbid, someone goes to jail. After that he becomes a very good person. But for his lifetime what will happen? The tag of the jail will remain with him. But if he starts becoming really good, that tag will start getting evaporated. It's getting minimized. This man went to the jail, he's better than the person who had not gone to the jail. By his good acts, he'll start covering up those bads which have happened. Yes, mistakes happen. That's not a problem. We commit mistakes. To err is human. But don't commit those mistakes again. Please, for God's sake. That is real atonement if you want. What is real atonement? That you don't commit the act, that wrong act again. That's what we should learn. So in the same way, don't please, when a problem is there, sometimes there are genuine problems which you have basically, for example, relationship with someone or relationship with your kid or relationship in your family. That means how most of these problems are basically expectations, right? You expect, but why should you expect? Who are you to expect something from others? You only got a right on your own effort. You got no right on the other's effort. Have you got? But we in our life, every time being expecting. If I am doing this, I should get it. Why? Where is this written? Create problems for your own self. And most of the problems are relationship problems. And relationship problems come due to expectations. You do your work, na? What you have to do, you do. Tell the other person what you want, but don't expect. Tell him that this is what is right actually. The moment you start expecting, what will happen? The same thing happens with your own life. That I think I am a brilliant person, so I should get this. Remove relationship. If I am this, I should get this. Who decides that? You. There are so many factors. Isn't that is what is happening today? I have not found a single person in the world who says that I am fit for my job. Everyone says I am better off, I am actually better person, but I am getting a lower salary and I am not fit for the job. 99.9% I have found these type of people. 0.1% maybe I have found, but he says, no, actually I am less, I got a good job. So in life, every time think that you don't deserve it and you get it. Will you have any problems in life? Tell me one thing. What happens? You expect more than what you actually deserve. Hanji, is it right or wrong? Same thing, seniors expect too much from the, sometimes it happens with me also. It used to happen more often 20-25 years back. And my wife used to sometimes tell me also, while driving, what happens, the driver used to be driving and I used to get annoyed. Hey, what is this? You don't know how to drive. Then I used to think, the driver, Baba, if he had the same knowledge as I had, he would be sitting here, I would be sitting there. So you should have, it happens with me a lot of times, sometimes it happens with you, then I realize, then I say, come on. That's what happens with us, no? Arey Baba, you are manager, he is not manager. If he was as smart as you, he would be there and you would be there. So you should be basically, what type of attitude should we have towards that person? A more healthy type of attitude. No, he can learn. Not that he'll remain there only. No, he can learn and come up. I also was there once. And my manager also did the same thing to me. So I will do the same thing to my juniors also. No, this is not management. Now this management principle is not only applicable in the office, it is also applicable in the family, in all your relationships, in anything, in any walk of life you are in. Sometimes you get cheated. Remember one thing, cheating comes out of greed. If you are not greedy, you will never be cheated. If you are not greedy, you will never be cheated. Cheaters only look out for greedy people. Remember one thing. And you will be only cheated if you are greedy. Your chances, the more greedy you are, the more chances of being cheated are there. The more you are exposed to the sun, like in Australia they say, now there is a big ozone hole there. The more you are exposed to the sun, you have got chances of skin cancer. So in the same way, the more greedy you are, the more you become prone to being cheated. Sometimes people say, no, I am simple, that's why I was cheated. No, 99% of your time you are not simple. You are asking for too much. So you got cheated. Let's be honest to ourselves. Spirituality first thing starts. Spirituality is for the self. That's why it is known as science of self-realization. What is it known as? Science of self-realization. And material world is science of others' realization. When you go for an interview to a company, what do? You have to basically study the company fully. That where I am going in, I should know what they are doing, what is happening inside that. They ask you this question, why do you want to join us? Oh, you got this balance sheet, this, I've got opportunity to grow. All these things come up, right? I was the general manager of a 5-star hotel. I basically set up on 5-star hotels where I interviewed more than 5,000 people. So they'll come up, blah, 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 and all this. So you used to know that actually in the material world, everything, getting get married, how's that person? Not how you are. Now how's the other person? So it is science of others' realization. And spirituality starts with self-realization. Who am I? But please don't lose your self-respect. Every one of us has got some good qualities and some bad ones. Try to raise the good ones. Like my wife is a lawyer. So I used to say that lawyers are liars. So she said, no. Don't take it wrong. No, that's wrong. In law, if a good lawyer is there, what he'll do? The weak, he'll only pick up those points which are strong points of his client. And he will not touch on the weak points. Now it is the work of the other side's lawyer to pick up the weak points. You don't have to lie. You just have to, same way, what should you do? Whatever your good points are there, because some bad points can be converted into positive, but some bad points cannot be. For example, the place I was staying with a friend of mine, he had hearing problem, 80% hearing gone. Now, the doctors in America told him, sorry, this is a hereditary defect. Nothing can be done. So no plus can be done. Hearing aid will also not help you. But it is 20% he's doing his job. He's working fine. But wherever he has got his positive points, he's trying to increase them so that he stays in the run of this world by those positive points. So every one of us have got positive and negative points. Please self-analyze yourself. And don't ever be dejected. Why should you be dejected? Sometimes you get dejected, don't get success. No, effort is in your hand. Please remember one thing. Goal is not in your hand. It is in the future. So don't please connect yourself to the goal. Connect yourself to the effort. And I'll tell you, change this attitude from today, try it from today, and you'll see a marked difference in life. That's what we say, because it is effort oriented and effort is in the present and in our control, so no fear, no tension. It is in our control. Effort is in our control. No fear, no tension. Thus make a paradigm shift. Make a paradigm shift in life. Change. Follow the formula. Effort is equals to fruit is equals to happiness is equals to success. Now remove that. What you have done, goal is equals to fruit. Is equals to happiness. Because fruit is enjoyed. Why the word fruit is used? Because you enjoy the fruit. What do? We remove this effort. We mostly put it goal is equals to fruit is equals to happiness is equals to success. That means if you don't attain the goal, what will happen? And goals are never. Now connect all these three. The major goal is there. Make your goal, effort and fruit one. My goal today is to do this. This is in my hand. I'll be satisfied. After I do it, I'll be happy. Shifting a paper from here to here. That's a goal. Is it not a primary, is a secondary goal? You shift your paper from here to here and you want to shift it in a good way. You shift it in a good way. You're satisfied after that. You're happy. Oh my God. Every small things are making you happy. And remember one thing. If you know the Baniyas or the Vaishya or the business community of India, they say boond boond se ghara bharta hai. From drops, few drops. The ocean is made up of drops. It is made up of? How can you know that? When they fall from the cloud. The ocean falls from where? From the cloud. And how does it fall? In drops. In drops of rain. If the whole ocean falls down, what is going to happen? It's going to be a big problem. Because its constitution, nature is of drops. So add these drops, make it into an ocean. Then you are an ocean of happiness. But what do? One drop you'll wait, that goal. That goal is only one drop. And rest time, what is that? You're dry. You're in a desert. And that goal can be a mirage. And that goal can be a mirage. And when you reach there, you find, oh my God, what I wanted was not there. And for your knowledge, I'll explain to you the most precarious condition. Management structure, right or wrong? Right? This is the management structure. This man is all alone. And remember one thing, he is not all alone. These people are trying to bring him down. Because they want to come here. First he's been attacked from here. Then he's attacked from here. He is attacked from here. Because he is fully exposed to everything. Here you got people helping you. Here you got people helping you. The moment you keep going up, you become a loner. And here, you are the loneliest person on the face of this earth. A CEO cannot show his weakness to his juniors. And whereas he knows he has weaknesses. That is why to be a leader is not easy. You need special qualifications to become a leader, and that first qualification is this, that you should only be a servant leader. What is it? Not a leader, but a servant leader. You are here because of these people. If all these people go, what happens to him? He not only falls here, if he falls from here to here, he dies. He dies. So he has taken the help of these people to here, then why not take the help of these people regularly? Why not interact with them? So this is not an easy position to be in. But I want that you be here, but you be here as a servant leader, not as a leader. Leader is a very dangerous position. Be a servant. His work is to serve all of this so that he can use it to get the goal. These are all spiritual principles. But first thing, it starts with effort. Treat your effort as your fruit. Be satisfied every day. Be happy every day. Problems, expectation from yourself, expectations from others. Don't think every time, remember one thing. We are just a drop in the ocean. My work is to work in tandem with others. Treat your effort. Make this your formula. Enjoy. Don't wait for enjoyment of the goal. Aspire for effort, make it your fruit, which means enjoy every moment of your effort. Thus you will be so happy and successful at every moment of your life. Do not ruin your life by setting up milestones for success. You understood this statement? Milestones mean what? They come after 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, that this is going there. So that time, till that time you wait. No, every moment will be a milestone for success. Become smart and be always successful. Now a person asks you a question. How about you? Are you successful? Oh yes, every moment of my life I am successful. What do you mean? I am satisfied. And satisfaction leads to happiness, and happiness is what actually everyone is aspiring for. Any person who is happy is successful. So you are successful every moment of your life. Oh my God, that's a great formula. That means your total life becomes. Otherwise you only set up milestones. When I become this manager, I'll be happy. Then I become general manager, I'll be happy. Then I become vice president, I'll be happy. Then I become president. What happens? How many times you are happy in life? And that is why then what they do? They run to the booze to drink to be happy. Whereas you before and spend their hard-earned money, and the booze wala gets more richer and you become more poorer. Huh? And then you crib, see he moves in a Mercedes. Hey Baba, you gave him the money to come into the go into the Merc. He said, no, I never gave him money. Who goes every evening there? But I am satisfied in my life. I am happy every moment of my life. So I do not need external factors to make me happy. The bottle has got no right to make me happy. Has the bottle got any right to make me happy? No. I am strong enough. I can be happy on my own. I don't use others. Those are the people who are successful in life. Remember one thing, knowingly or unknowingly people are following the principle of spirituality who have been successful. I have talked to many of them, and when they say the principle, that give them the, see, this is what the principle of spirituality. Oh my God, I did not know that I was following them. Just without following them, you actually can't be successful. Warren, you heard about, what is his name? Buffett, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett's principle, I heard his interview on BBC and I was shocked. He said, actually when I gamble, I'm not bothered about the result. I just gamble and I'm happy. I gamble. Shares, what is shares? Buying and selling. If I buy, I don't think of the profit and the loss. Sometimes it's loss, sometimes it's profit, they'll come and go. I enjoy just putting my money in. Oh, I said, see, he's using this principle. He's not attached to the fruits, otherwise what will happen to him? He'll go bust. Sometimes happy, sometimes unhappy. What will happen? If you take an iron rod, put it sometime into 1000 degrees centigrade and then put it in freezing minus 50 degrees centigrade and then take it out again, put it in 1050, what will happen? And that's what happens to us. By the time we are 40, 50, we are, Hindi mein, what is the kahavat? Buddha sate aa gaya. The old man has gone crazy. He's gone crazy because sometimes he was in the heat and sometimes in the cold. What will happen? So please become smart and be always successful. That is actually, and what will happen? When every moment of your life is successful, then you become a successful person. That's why sometimes I talk to people, I said, I'll teach you the way that you enjoy as a billionaire enjoys. He says, come on, is that so? They think I'm going to tell them how to make a billion. When a billionaire is actually not enjoying, because he's every time afraid that his billion may go away. So he's attached to his fruit, his goal. But no, we are not. We are attached to our effort. So that's how it goes. Every time sixes. Make your life, every time the dice is 6, that's in your hand. Now this only the problem with these 3 dice is this, the dice we throw have 6s all round. You throw it in any way and you will get a 6. So concentrating on our effort, work, be satisfied with your effort and work. Remember 3 steps to success. Satisfaction is the first step to success. Satisfaction can only happen in the present, not in the future. Right? Satisfaction, can it happen in the future? No, it can only happen in the present. So happiness can only happen in the present, not in the future. So not in the future, effort is in present. Your productivity goes down when you are not successful. But from today, you will be successful every moment. So your productivity will also go up. Is it right or wrong? You feel positive, elated when you get your goal. It happens in college also. It used to happen. First year we used to clear, and then second year again. After 5 days, start studying again for the second year. And that enjoyment was used to be for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, maximum 4 days, 5th day. And after you graduate, at last I have graduated. Then your father will say, hey, now apply for a job. Again started off. And Prabhu, the day you get your job, you're so happy. And the next day you meet your boss. But no, we don't go like that. We enjoy every moment of our effort which we are doing. So from today you will be successful. Every moment you are free of tension. You are always happy and successful. You are a different person from everyone, whom everyone loves. Because then you're not competing with anyone. That's why I told you yesterday also, please don't try to win. Try to be successful. Winning means you want others to lose. Don't bring that negative attitude in you. And no person today can succeed without teamwork. In our Vedic system, there is a thing called Kali Yuga. This Yuga is called Kali Yuga. It is stated in Kali Yuga, group is strength, numbers is strength. That you can understand. Business, proprietary concerned, single man, small business. Then he does partnership, bigger business. Then he goes into private limited company. He has more shareholders, bigger business. Then he goes into MNC, multinational company, more shareholders. So yes, in this age, no individual can be successful on his own. Go through the autobiographies and biographies of people. You'll understand that they had the best team with them. That's why they were successful. And they respected their team members. They were close. It may be Ambani's in India. He had few close friends who remained with him till the end of his life. And they were actually helping him in all ways. Always they were helping him in all ways and always also succeed. So when you get this nature, what will happen? You're not expecting anything from others. Why is there a strife? Because of you expect the others to do it. Now you do it yourself. The others will be happy. Make them do what they want, they have to do, and do what you have to do. And then combine yourself and work. Help them to succeed. Remember one thing, when you help the others to succeed, you will succeed more. People sometimes think that if I help the other person to succeed, I'll go down. Never. Never. When you have this attitude, but the persons will love you. You become more productive, and thus your company becomes more productive. As you are satisfied and happy, you become a much better team player. When you are happy, what happens? A person who's morose every time, you say, avoid this person. Yeah. The moment you enter the office, if you see this person's face now, you get depressed. Actually associate with that person. He's happy every time. Who's going to be happy? Who's going to be effort oriented? Who's going to connect his effort with his fruit? So you will be happy every time. You will become a better team player. And team players win. This is not a match of tennis. And actual tennis also you can't win if you don't have a good coach. Right? That's why they keep changing their coach. When these top players start losing, what do? They change their coach. They have to basically. There's a team effort. There's no single effort you can do anything. Sometimes people say, self-effort I have come up. Sorry. If you didn't have the air to breathe, you would die. So you know self-effort. You're taking the effort of nature. You're taking the help of nature. No person can come up. The businessman who claims that I have come up by myself, sorry, if there were no customers, you would be there where you are. And in the same way, in service, if you come up, if your juniors did not help you, you would never come up. Very simple rule. So you become a better player, you are successful, your team is successful, your company is successful. And when that is successful, what else do you all want? But this is only the tip of the iceberg of yogic or spiritual knowledge. This is just a tip. This is the tip. You say, my God, this is just the tip. Yes, this is just the tip of the iceberg. More knowledge, just imagine if you understood the whole yogic knowledge. See what you become. Sorry, you don't become like that. But see what goes into your mind. You know everything, you understand everything. Science is trying to understand this only today, right or wrong? Sending spacecrafts to Mars. Arey Baba, people in this world are in a bad shape. Why are you going to Mars? wasting money. They are crazy. There are people who are hungry on this earth. Are there not people who are hungry here? And they are wasting their money on going to Mars. Why going to Mars? Still you got so much of things here. So thank you very much. Anyone has any questions? This is our site. This is actually prepared for US. So this is the US address. So you can go directly to give108@gmail.com. Very simple. You can take my card. On the YouTube, I got lectures in Hindi and English both, which are explaining more detailed about the spiritual knowledge. You can take it up, or any questions if you have, you can put them to me. I'll try to answer them. Is that okay? No questions? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving us a patient hearing, and all the best to you. I'll end with this, that every basically religion, there are some chantings. Christians chant on the rosary, the Muslims chant on the tasbih, and the Hindus chant on the mala. So as I basically have studied more of Vedic education, so I can give you that there is a mantra, a word of chants which has actually been approved by the Vedas and stated to be for the Kali Yuga. There is nothing better than that. And that is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You can chant this mantra anywhere, everywhere. And you will see that how your mind becomes comes more under your control. It becomes more what I taught you. Out here I told you, it will help you to basically imbibe these principles into your life. You can do it anywhere. Why be in tension thinking of the future? Chant this. Tension is like a rocking chair. You rock the whole day but go nowhere. Rocking, you go nowhere. So this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And I request the ones who are Christians basically should chant on the rosary. That is actually a very important thing. And the ones who are Muslims can chant on the tasbih. I have friends who do it. Who are Muslims, who are my friends. They basically chant on the tasbih. But if you have got no chant, you can add this. Chant this and see the effect. I'm not asking you for any money, or I'm not doing anything in your ear. Telling you take it, try it. It's all yours. Can be chanted any time of the day, any time. Morning you don't have to take bath and chant. You can chant it the moment you get up. Try it, you'll have to try it. You can't basically, because subtle thing, happiness is subtle, satisfaction is subtle. This is all, knowledge is actually works on the subtle level and then comes into the gross level. So you can try this. There are DVDs also. There are DVDs, the lectures are on DVDs, you can buy them. This is arranged by Mr. Dewraj. He is the one who arranged this lecture also. So you can, I do not know the price or anything of this, they'll know it better. So you can pick up these, and if you want to listen to them, you can listen to them. They are DVDs, they can be played on the computer or on the TV as you want them. Thank you very much, and have a nice day and have a nice life. Thank you.